A few weeks ago, we teamed up with Rocky Barker of the Idaho Statesman on a story about Blaine County leaders' hopes for monument status for the Boulder-White Clouds. Blaine County Commissioner Larry Schoen said a monument could help increase tourism while maintaining protections for land cherished for its natural beauty and character. But on the other side of the White Cloud Mountains is Custer County. Commissioners there strongly oppose a presidential order making the area a national monument. Erin Coons explains.
I feel that their intent ultimately is to take away recreational vehicles so that I can't go up there because I'm too damn old to walk 20 miles.
This entire proposal is an inappropriate use of the Antiquities Act and is a sham. This is not a public process. Things will not remain the same, and the proposed economic boom to this area is nothing but a gross fabrication.
How many people in here, let's show the hands, are against this national monument?
The future of the Boulder-White Clouds tends to bring out emotion. The nearly 600,000-acre parcel of federal land is home to decades of conflict. In 1968, the American Smelting and Refining Company, known as ISARCO, planned to dig molybdenum at the base of Castle Peak. The effort met strong resistance. It was photographs like these from Ernie Day and Jan Bowles that helped seal the deal. Mining under Castle Peak came to an end, and a new deal to protect these mountains took shape. But finding consensus on how to protect this giant chunk of federal land was a battle of its own. Idaho Senator Frank Church had proposed a national park, but that wasn't met with overwhelming support. The compromise was found in a national recreation area. Portions of the Boulder-White Clouds are covered under the Sawtooth National Recreation Area, but some of it's national forest and portions are managed by the Bureau of Land Management. Today, the Boulder-White Clouds are the true definition of mixed use. Some of it is managed like wilderness, while some areas are used by hikers, bikers, and motorized vehicles. That brings us to this meeting, a new effort to bring the Boulder-White Clouds under the same management. The idea is being supported by the Idaho Conservation League and the Wilderness Society, but finding consensus is still not easy, even decades later. A majority of all this diverse landscape is shared among two counties. To the south, Blaine County and Sun Valley. To the north, Custer. Blaine County Commissioner Larry Schoen says both counties want this land protected from development like housing and strip mining.
Blaine County sees this area as worthy of a higher level of protection because of the tremendous conservation values inherent in the landscapes. The watersheds, the wildlife, the plant life, the scenic values, and the recreation values all warrant a greater level of long-term protection.
Blaine County commissioners recently signed a letter of intent supporting a presidential designation, turning the Boulder-White Clouds into a national monument. But Custer County doesn't agree. Bob Hayes lives in Custer County. He helped organize the group Your Boulder-White Clouds to oppose Blaine County's efforts.
Certainly, if you listen to the Blaine County Commission rhetoric, so much of their enthusiasm stems from the possibility of increased tourism. And of course, that's questions whether that really will happen or not. But for the folks of Custer County, they've been promised increased tourism in the past, and it just hasn't materialized. I've spent the last few months both in private conversations and in public forums talking to monument proponents to understand what the pros and the cons of monument protection might be. I've concluded that a Boulder-White Cloud monument provides no added protection to the areas being proposed for monument status. And at the same time, I've concluded that monument status would pose some serious problems to the area.
What Hayes and others in Custer County are worried about is the multi-year federal process to develop a management plan if it becomes a monument. While proponents say it could permanently protect certain activities like hiking on the 277 miles of groomed trails in the SNRA portion of the White Clouds, opponents are worried that it could end or limit other activities like ATVs, mountain bikes, and agricultural grazing.
You have to remember that Custer County is 94% government owned between the federal government and the state government. And the local population simply doesn't believe that it wants another layer of bureaucracy on top of the existing public lands.
Idaho Congressman Mike Simpson had proposed turning the Boulder-White Clouds into a wilderness area. That effort, known as CEDRA, had widespread support from stakeholders, but lingering questions helped stall that effort in Congress. Hayes and others are wary of a century-old law known as the Antiquities Act. That law allows the president to bypass Congress in order to protect federal land, a process meant to speed up the slow pace of congressional approval.
It's purely the president's decision. And that kind of a top-down mandate is the kind of thing that not only leaves stakeholders out in the cold, but it also, quite frankly, has the potential of disrupting and undermining the really good working relationships that most users of the area already have.
This joint commission meeting between Blaine and Custer County is the second meeting meant to give residents a way to communicate their concerns or express support for a monument. This one, held in Chalice, was a prime example of the concerns by those in Custer County.
Without funding, the national monument could simply be a symbolic gesture. It could simply be a change of name from the Sawtooth National Recreation Area to the Cecil D. Andrews National Monument. I mean, who knows?
On one side, pro-monument groups say why wait until another ASARCO forces stakeholders to act. On the other, opponents say there's no risk to the White Clouds, and the mixed use is something they're comfortable with. But ultimately, it's not the concerns or support here that will decide the monument fate of the White Clouds. That decision will be made by President Obama. For Idaho Reports, I'm Aaron Coons.